Hey, what's up everybody? It's the Crypto Ginger here. I just wanted to quickly go over some of the more recent entertaining news when it comes to Ripple and XRP. And I will say this right off the bat, if you don't have your free Twitter account, I would highly suggest getting yourself one, finding all the members of the communities of cryptocurrencies you're looking to start following so you can actually keep up to date on any information that happens to get posted that you might be lost on. Especially if you're in the XRP community, there's a substantial amount of members there that are going about every single day just posting up some of the older announcements or even newer announcements that are taking place. But everybody in the XRP community likes to stay up to date, and that's a very good way to keep up with the news again around Ripple and XRP. There's also a substantial amount of prominent names out there that might not deal strictly with XRP that I would definitely suggest following. Anthony Papliano is definitely one of those names there, a big name in the Bitcoin community. And of course, just recently he posted on Twitter that Bitcoin is cheaper and faster than most popular remittance platforms. And he actually posted this with a chart here that you can see and kind of get verifiably a listing of all of your competitors across the board, whether they're part of the blockchain technology or your traditional standard way of doing remittance transactions. And across the board, you can actually see that a lot of the names that we're familiar with, Western Union, Remitly, MoneyGram, Transfast, and of course, then you start getting into your digital cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin, Dash, Litecoin. It goes all the way down as far as, again, giving you a representation of the transaction times and, of course, the fees that are attached to that. Right off the bat, we can see that Western Union is obviously taking the cake for having the longest transaction times. And then it goes further down. Your cryptocurrencies are really what are going to start incorporating a lot more of a faster time frame as far as transaction times are concerned. And of course, the fees are going to be substantially lower as well. If you look a little bit further here down the list, you can see that Ripple is one of the fastest and of course, one of the cheapest when it comes to its fees. Well, interesting enough, after Anthony Papliano posted this, we actually got Rand Nooner, who is actually, if you're unfamiliar with him, part of Crypto Trader on CNBC Africa, so you can give him a follow. But recently he posted right after, again, Anthony Papliano did, that XRP is faster and cheaper than Bitcoin. And if you want a quick bit of entertainment when it comes to following along with people that either agree or disagree with this, just simply scroll down. You can start seeing where people comment whether they like this particular thread or not. And of course, this is where you start seeing a lot of the FUD coming in. People either very upset at this particular notion here, and we'll start talking very ill-willed about XRP. There's a substantial amount of people that are just completely against that cryptocurrency, and you just kind of have to face the facts that that's going to happen for a lot of the cryptocurrencies in the ecosystem. You really have maximalists that are just stuck on one cryptocurrency in general, and they'll fight every other cryptocurrency out there. And a little bit of a key thing to check out if you have some time and you want some entertainment, check out this particular site here, zerpslurp.com, where we see it's talking a lot about XRP and what's taking place in the ecosystem around XRP. Most of it really has to do with what's being sought after as far as news and announcements, but also things that are happening on Twitter. As you can see here on the site, that they actually posted that Rand Nooner conversation there where he actually specified XRP being faster and better than Bitcoin. But the interesting thing about this site here is that you can actually see the level of FUD that's actually taking place and the amount of people that are actually talking about XRP as FUD. Here we actually see people that are talking on the levels of negativity for FUD around XRP, and they actually every single day adjust this information here, so you can see that the top critics of XRP are going to be there. Also, they have people that are talking about XRP in a very good manner, and you have quite a bit of people that are strong focus when it comes to that. These people right here I would highly suggest following when it comes to, again, getting a lot more of your XRP news as far as positive news and things that are actually taking place in the ecosystem that you can keep up with. But I do think that this is a great way for anybody to get a little bit of entertainment value, again, out of researching XRP, or at least getting a quick stance on who on Twitter is someone to follow or not to follow if you want either good or negative information about XRP. But nonetheless, definitely check out this site, zerpslurp.com, and go ahead and give it a scout and check it out and let me know what you think in the comments section. And of course, a couple other things I want to go over as well. Now, if you've been keeping up with a lot of the Ripple news, you understand that Ripple and R3 have a major connection when it comes to making a use case out of the XRP digital asset through such things as the Corda settler, which is part of Corda platform, which is part of what R3 has created. So you can start seeing a little bit of connections being made there. And just recently, R3 came out on Twitter stating that they have been appointed to the U.S. Trade Finance Advisory Council, and now they are delighted to bring the perspective of fintech and blockchain to the U.S. government. This is actually really big news when it comes to R3 making a connection with the U.S. government. And of course, we might start seeing a little bit more in the ways of regulation taking place around XRP, the digital asset. So at a quick glance here on trade.gov, you can see a little bit more involvement with the Trade Finance Advisory Council here. It was established in 2016, then rechartered back in August of 2018. Their purpose is to serve as the principal advisory body to the Secretary of Commerce on matters relating to access to trade finance for U.S. exporters. This is huge when it comes to, again, the exportation and different types of products from the U.S. to other countries, for example. And of course, looking a little bit further here, we can see that Secretary Ross has specified that the ready availability of trade finance is a crucial ingredient to the success of U.S. exporters across virtually every economic sector. And of course, he does state that the TFAC, this council, provides industry stakeholders a critical voice in government, allowing the department to better assist American exporters. So as you can see here, there's a large importance here when it comes to, again, this council being designed and created here for the sake of American exporters. And if you look here a little bit further, you can start seeing the list of the members that are part of this particular council. Right off the bat, you can see close to the top, we have Alyssa DiCaprio, who is the head trade supply chain of R3, based in New York, New York. And as you go down the list here, you can start seeing more names that you might start being familiar with. We have MasterCard that's going to be involved with this. We also have First American Bank. Another one, we have U.S. International Foods LLC. So the list goes on and on. You can actually see this for yourself. I'll leave a link in the description. But again, we have a large prominent name of groups of people here that are going to be part of this council right alongside of R3. If you are familiar with R3 and their connection with Ripple, they've created the Corda Settler, which right now the only settlement mechanism that is going to allow for different types of payments to be processed is through XRP. Now, I know I use this site quite often when I talk about R3 and their connection with XRP, but it is very important we actually keep all this in mind because there was that connection made between R3 and Ripple to create this Corda Settler. And as a matter of fact, on R3.com, we can see that R3 launches Universal Settler application to facilitate global payments on Corda, which is their platform, and XRP is the first settlement mechanism. At this point in time, it is actually the only settlement mechanism that is available. Now, that could actually change over the course of time, but right now, XRP is the only settlement mechanism. And you mix that information up, again, back with this right here, we see that this Trade Finance Advisory Council, which is going to have R3 as part of that, could absolutely be huge in playing an important part of XRP being actually taken advantage of when it comes to these American exporters, transferring different types of goods and services from the U.S. to different countries. So again, a very big situation taking place here when it comes to this particular council and R3 being a part of that. And we could start seeing a lot more money flowing into XRP alone just because of this organization and what's taking place. But guys, please take this information with a grain of salt. Let me know what you guys think about this here in the comment section. I wanted to quickly go over a couple other things as well. So just recently, Facebook went through what looked to be maybe a crash or an update or even an outage that was taking place, but there were a lot of people who were not able to access their account and do any posts. And then, of course, whether it was negative or positive speculation, a lot of that took place as well, especially on Twitter. And here we have someone by the handle of @stormsisupon_us. And of course, they just recently wrote that today Facebook and Instagram were taken offline to conduct a massive wipe of evidence showing their origins as the CIA spy program #LifeLog. This is because military intelligence has exposed Facebook as the deep state surveillance tool it always was. This is a constitutional crisis. Well, that's interesting as far as the information is concerned, and of course relating that to what took place with this crash with Facebook. But something that's even more interesting is this right here. Someone just recently posted right alongside of that while the rest of the world grapples with crashes, it appears Italy is enjoying a silent rollout of Facebook's long-rumored crypto product. And of course, again, this is actually relative to a screenshot of someone in Italy that actually posted a couple links here as far as paying with Facebook, something that's actually being added to there. And of course, I don't have a French translator here when it comes to what's taking place on the writing, but these screenshots here are showing something that's very interesting when it comes to quite possibly a new addition to Facebook, again, in Italy. I haven't seen this on the US side of things, so if that happens to change, I'll most certainly alert everybody about this. But again, I just found this very intriguing, very fascinating when it comes to quite possibly seeing this shift in Facebook moving into what they call their Facebook coin, quite possibly. And if you're unfamiliar with that talk here, there have been articles that have been talked about this as well. So at a quick glance, this is just one article talking about the idea of a Facebook coin. This is coming from AndroidPolice.com, where we see that pay with Facebook options spotted as rumors of Facebook coin cryptocurrency intensifies. This was just recently posted while they had the Facebook outage there, the crash took place. And of course, this is just kind of going alongside of the talk of what might be happening under the radar for Facebook in places such as Italy with this new Facebook coin. And if that is the case, then it's quite likely we could see this expand itself out to other countries such as the US. I will say this, if that is the case and you already understand that XRP is a bridge asset, this could be huge for the sake of Facebook and even companies such as JP Morgan with their JPM coin. Really, the idea that XRP could just simply be a way for these currencies to be bridged together in some form or fashion through interoperability is fantastic for XRP and the XRP community as well. But just a fascinating idea that we could see a Facebook coin here in the very near future. And think about how many people are part of the Facebook platform alone. Then think about the fact that Mark Zuckerberg and his team are looking to integrate Facebook and Instagram and even WeChat together. That is absolutely huge. We're talking about billions of people having access to this particular cryptocurrency and then having access to multiple cryptocurrencies after that, especially XRP. Huge amount of flood of money coming into the cryptocurrency ecosystem could absolutely happen, and talk about mass adoption on a scale that we've never seen before. So again, take this information for what it's worth, but I found this very intriguing, and we could be seeing something in the very near future about Facebook and their own coin. Let me know what you guys think about this information in the comments section. There's a substantial amount of news out there still that I want to go over, but I just couldn't pile it all into one video. But again, let me know what you guys think about this information, maybe anything I might have missed. Outside of that, thanks for watching this video here, guys, and thanks for being a part of the channel. If you are new to this channel, please hit the like and subscribe button. Hit that little notification bell, please, because that will let you know when I post the video. Also, share this content with as many people as you possibly can. Let's get as many people on board with cryptocurrencies as early as possible. Also, take advantage of any of those links in the description to secure your cryptocurrencies either offline with the Ledger or simply on your mobile phone with the Uphold wallet. Thanks again for watching, guys. Have a good day. Bye-bye.